Greyman! 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 Holy YouTube video, Greyman!
Greymaniacs gather! For it's time for the last look into the comics in this box number 32. Yeah, it's quite a lot, so let's just crack on. The spanking new F face to face with Fasold. I see Thing, I see Crystal, I see Miss Marvel, and the Human Torch. So 2 new members, yeah, because I think Mr. and Mrs. Fantastic go away to be alone, raise their kid, be alone, get out of the dangerous lifestyle. Right, and then somehow Thing gets mutated further into a more rocky, even rockier looking Thing. He looked quite cool though. It was like his rocks become spiky looking. And at that time, he was actually stronger than the Hulk, because Hulk had become Mr. Fix-It, who wasn't as tough as the Thing. Reintroducing the sensational Black Panther. I want to die! That's right, 'cause at the same time that Ben the Grim Thing becomes Uber Thing, Miss Marvel becomes She Thing, or Her Thing, or Thing, Lady Thing. Lady Thing sounds wrong. I'm pretty sure it wasn't Lady Thing. Anyway, 4 of the Mutants tie-in featuring Doctor Doom. Also in this issue, the Uncanny X-Factor. How many Uncanny teams are there? The Uncanny X-Men, the Uncanny X-Factor, the Uncanny Inhumans. Yeah, repetition, Marvel. Torch goes wild. Go wild, go wild, go wild in the country. Right, from the pages of the X-Men, Belasco. Nuff said. Yeah, a demon responsible for magic's powers. Menace is Master Pandemonium. Was he in this book before he was in West Coast Avengers? When I saw him in West Coast Avengers, I always assumed that he was created for West Coast Avengers. But maybe he did have appearances before then. I'm not too sure. Right, That Which Is Forbidden is the title on 316. There's quite a lot of stuff that's forbidden. Like, you know, taking ladies' underwear off the washing line. That's forbidden. Unless they've asked you to take it off. But if you just go and help yourself to it, totally forbidden. As I learnt to my distress. Not really. Right, to challenge the negative zone featuring Doctor Doom. The Shadow of Doom, the Thing versus the Hulk. As I was saying, Hulk was Mr. Fix-It at that time and not as tough as this souped up Thing. But at least in his own book, I'm not sure if he does it in this book as well, but I'm sure it was in Hulk's book, even though he was weaker, he still manages to defeat Thing by fighting him underwater and like forcing the breath out of his lungs so he nearly drowns. Miss Marvel versus the She-Hulk in the Shadow of the Unknown. Who is it? What is it? The plan and the power. Oh, so she was just still called Miss Marvel then. She wasn't called She-Thing or Her Thing. Lady Thing, that was the one. Lady Thing. She wasn't called Lady Thing. That looks to me like Dragon Man coming in overhead. I could be wrong. Right, see the Human Torch alone against the crushing power of Graviton. He can control gravity. He's back. Kang the Conqueror. Guest featuring the enigmatic Mantis. Orphan Storm is the title there. It's a funny title. Mantis Must Die. And featuring Kang the Conqueror. Trapped a million miles from Earth. Enter the Silver Surfer. They're back! Mr. Fantastic and the Invisible Woman. She's now a woman. The new evil FF, the Frightful Four. Yeah, because she'd been Invisible Girl. I know sometime in the 80s she changed to Invisible Woman. Finally let her grow up. So the Frightful Four, it looks like Titania, Hydro Man, the Wizard again, and Claw are the members of the Frightful Four in this one. The Thing no more. Again. Sorry. Am I trying to say that him losing his powers is a regular thing? Oh yes, I am. I am trying to say that. What can one man do? Ben Grimm versus the Frightful Four. And it looks like Dragon Man's turned up as well. So that makes it 5, surely. Unless Dragon Man's taken, unless maybe Claw was tag team, like a tag team, and Claw left and Dragon Man came in. I don't know what happened there. But Ben Grimm obviously has to get his powers back so that he can fight them. Although Dragon Man and Titania are more than enough to deal with him. Probably Hydro Man could take him out because he could just drown him. No mercy for the Mole Man. Well, that's not very good, is it? Mole Man's not exactly tough, is he? He's just got a few monsters that he sets on people, but they look like they're they're not happy with the Mole Man. Right, and then here's a crackling doom. Crackly crackle crackle. It's a dream, it's a hoax, it's an imaginary story, and it's also Ultron. Who or what could do this to the Invisible Woman, and why? Sue is looking in a bad way. In final combat with their evil counterparts in the startling conclusion of the Dream Quest saga. So it's probably Sue that did it to Sue in that last cover, I bet. Fantastic Four, alone against the deadliest villains in the universe. You're kidding, right? And still it says alone against the most powerful villains in the universe. And again he's saying, you're kidding, right? Acts of Vengeance. Yeah, I think this was a bit of a weird one. During the Acts of Vengeance, they were basically bothered by loads of like B-list supervillains. I don't know how that was meant to have been a plan, but you can see there's Plant Man and there's some kind of porcupine guy who I think might have been a member of that mutant squad that was made by Red Skull. The Redeemer or something like that, or I can't remember now, but it looks a bit like him, if I remember right. I'm sure there was that costume reminds me of that. And again, this third one, they're saying alone against the deadliest villains in the universe, and Ben Grimm again saying, you gotta be kidding, right? The ultimate supervillain team up. So I think he just did a bunch of like B-list, no account villains fighting them. I think it was just like a delaying tactic just to keep them from I don't know, getting involved somehow. So it was just like to annoy them and pee them off. Let's see if I can find out the name of that porcupine guy. If it even shows up. I'm sure I'll try and find out the name of that team that he was in. Oh blimey, we've gone supposed to be fighting all these villains, but we've got to like halfway through and they've not fought a single villain yet. Seem to be in some kind of court case. No, yeah, I think it is that one of those. He's got the R on his chest, but I can't see what his name is. Looks like he's got Plant Man with him. So it looks like the Fantastic Four are in some kind of court hearing, and people are coming in and bothering them, and getting swiftly taken out. Okay, into the time stream. I've still got loads left. Maelstrom, guest starring Death's Head. This is the big one. Four versus Gladiator. Hey, whose book is this anyway? This is the bigger one. The FF versus the Black Celestial. Uh-oh. Well, that's supposed to be Ben Grimm in a trench coat there, because Miss Marvel was the thing in that one. This is the biggest one, this one says. And then we got the Human Torch and X Factor's Rusty Collins versus the Mysterious Seekers. Cameo appearance by the Amazing Spider-Man. This one they're all carrying big guns. Right, that was... Oh, I've got a bit of a gap there. 343. And the next one I've got is 347. Those ones in the middle are probably all keys or something. This issue's got everything, including the kitchen sink. And this is the one where Ghost Rider, Hulk, Wolverine and Spider-Man become the new Fantastic Four. Enough said, Bob. Featuring the world's most exploitive cameo. It's Punisher by the looks of it. There's a lot of heroes in that one. Ain't nothing like the real thing. Giant size 350th issue spectacular. Trapped by the power of Cubic. And we've got an action shot of Reed. It's hard to make stretching powers look cool though, isn't it? Hot time in the Omniverse tonight. It's actually, there'll be a hot time in the Omniverse tonight. There you go. The Cross Time Express. Wrecked. Smacked in the face by a crowbar by the Wrecker. And this one's War with the New Warriors. The boys are at it again, and don't miss the shock ending of the century, the monster among us. Yeah, I think it finally come to a head. Ben was sore with Johnny Storm for stealing his girl while he was away. I think he decided he was going to dump her anyway. I can't remember now. But while he was away, Alicia and Johnny Storm hooked up, ended up getting married. Ben was sore about it for ages, and in this one, they something sparks them off. They start having a fight as they always do, and then they somehow find out that it wasn't Alicia at all, but a Skrull. She's been replaced by a Skrull. Oh my God, Johnny Storm's married to a Skrull. He's giving Skrull some conjugal malarkey. Johnny Storm shagged the Skrull. Anyway, I say, right, at the mercy of Dreadface. There's probably benefits to relationships with a Skrull. You could get her to change how she looks. Like, you know, I fancy a redhead tonight. Right, face the menace of Doctor Doom. Special holiday extravaganza. Miracle on Yancey Street. A fighting mad Human Torch battles the Amazing Spider-Man high above the city, while the rest of the FF face the all-new menace of the Wild Blood. That's another weird relationship. Spidey and the Human Torch are always at loggerheads of each other as well. Always putting each other down and, like, yeah. The power within this whelp must belong to Oculus the Unforgiving. Franklin! Behold the awesome power of Oculus the Omnipotent, and die! Oculus has had a promotion. He's gone from Oculus the Unforgiven to Oculus the Omnipotent. Assuming that that's because he's managed to siphon Franklin's powers somehow. It's clobbering time! He's now Oculus the Punched in the Face. But is it a scroll? Is it, what is it? It's a duplicate of Reed trying to kill Reed. Is it technically possible to strangle a stretching man? I don't know. It's clobbering time at the mercy of the puppet master. Maybe that was what was fighting Reed there, a puppet version of him. But I think it might be some kind of Infinity War crossover. Yeah, it says on there Infinity War crossover. I can't remember what happened there, but fake doppelgangers. And here are some fake doppelgangers. Day of the Doppelgangers. And we've got a Wolverine doppelganger charging in with his claws. Okay, so is this a repeat of what happened before then? Because this is Reed Richards as Malice. So Susan Richards as Malice again. Susan Richards is dead. Long live Malice. Once again wearing the skimpiest of costumes. I think Malice must be a pole dancing name. But yeah. And another Infinity War crossover. Things are looking funky on this one. They're warping out. Right, then we have 370. You won't be able to see this because it's like a white, slightly embossed cover. I don't know if I can hold it at any angle where you're going to be able to see it very well. So it's an embossed of Human Torch. I'm coming for you, Elijah, and nothing will stop me. Elijah was the name of the Skrull wife that he took. I think she loves him as well. I think she does love him. She sort of falls in love with him, but she was there to spy on the Fantastic Four. But she decided, I don't know, she was hot for humans maybe. Hot for Johnny Storm anyway. I don't know what happened in continuity. Suddenly, the Secret Defenders. Yeah, I haven't got 373. Right, 375, Rise of Doom, 375th anniversary spectacular. Okay, that's the last one I've got. That's probably all I want to go up to. So I want to get like all the gaps between, I don't know, probably 100 to the end. Maybe if I'm lucky, I'll get one day, but no real super rush at all. Right, and then finally got a couple of Fantastic Four annuals. Annual 16, The Coming of Dragon Lord. And Annual 19, guest star in the Avengers, The War to End All Skrulls. And finally, I've got a Mephisto 4-parter. Because it starts Mephisto versus the Fantastic Four, I kept it in my Fantastic Four box. So first issue, he fights Fantastic Four and claims Susan Storm's soul because it's so pure, he says. And then he fights X-Factor and trades up to get Phoenix, Jean Grey, because he's like, the soul of a mortal, I'd rather have a soul of a mutant. That sounds like more fun. And then he goes to fight the X-Men, and I think he gets somebody else's soul in this one. Maybe it was Rogue, because he's got two souls inside her. Like Miss Marvel's and her own soul are inside her, aren't they? And then it comes to the end game, and all along he was after fighting the Avengers so he could get the soul of a god. The ultimate prize, the soul of a god. But it turns out he knew that he wasn't going to be able to keep the soul of four. He was only pretending that he wanted the soul of four, but it was some kind of like ruse for further on down the line. It was like a demonic machination, really. But he was like, I knew I wouldn't be able to keep his soul, but now this has done something so-and-so for later, blah, blah, blah. I can't remember exactly what it was now. Because he knew that his soul was going to be, Thor's soul, if he ever died, was going to belong to Hela. So it was some kind of like power play in the hellish dominions or something like that. Anyway, cheers for watching, me blathering on, and yeah... If I could think of a smaller channel to shout out, I would do a nice jingle at the end. We all love a jingle, don't we? Until next time, have a great amazing day. And may all your news be good news. Big Elbow, Big Elbow, have you subbed up to Big Elbow? You can sub him now, the link is in the corner. Why not do that thing? We can get him to 200 if we're very lucky, so go and sub up Big Elbow.